Good
Hello,
evening,
ladies and gentlemen. Welcome.
Welcome.
To another fun-filled episode of Film Banter, episode number 134.
Wow.
It's
a lot of episodes.
It's a lot.
And we're back, and it's going to be a good show tonight. We've got some
a lot of good stuff tonight.
A lot of good stuff. Let's get right to it, shall we?
Yeah.
We'll do a little restaurant banter.
Real quick, yeah.
We did. We ate at Rhodes.
We did
Tavern.
Rhodes tonight.
One of my favorite places to eat.
Yeah, it's in Sloatsburg. Always a good meal.
Always a good meal.
Good portions.
It was my birthday dinner.
Yes, which we didn't do last week, so we're doing it this week.
We did do last week, but I reneged on it. I did a...
You wanted a more expensive meal since we got a comp last week.
What did you say I did? I did a...
You pulled
Jerry
Seinfeld. Because there was an episode of Seinfeld where a similar situation happens with a guy that gives him a free suit, which Jerry didn't ask for, but he says, okay, I'll take it.
Right.
And then the guy says, okay, well, why don't you take me out to dinner since I gave you the suit? He's like, all right, so he takes him to the restaurant.
Right.
And at the restaurant, the guy, he just orders soup. And Jerry says, you're just having soup? Yeah, I'm not that hungry, I had a big lunch. Okay. And he goes, I'm going to save our dinner for another time. He goes, wait a second. This is the dinner. You chose to have soup.
The guy says this to Jerry.
He says to Jerry, I'm not that hungry. I'm going to save the dinner you're buying me for another day. I'm just going to have soup today. He goes, because this is an expensive restaurant to go to. The guy picked a restaurant. It was called Mendy's.
Yeah, but it was called what?
Mendy's.
Oh, interesting.
And then Jerry goes, but this is the meal. I'm taking you out for this nice dinner. You're choosing to have soup. But Jerry, I gave you this beautiful suit. It's expensive. Jerry's like, all right, fine. We'll take you out another time. But that's the meal. Okay. Fast forward, he takes it to that meal, and the guy orders something else. I'm not that hungry. I'm just going to have this. I'll still want to save the dinner. Jerry's like, you're not pulling this shit on me again. Okay. So it's like that. It was really fun. Cool. So that's exactly what reminded me
Well,
of.
that's what happened because
we
got half our meal for free.
Yeah.
Because I did say something about the over-crisped
chicken on your salad.
On our incredible...
salad was delicious. But yeah, the chicken was a little burnt.
But the chicken was
a little more so on yours than mine.
We might have discussed that in last week's restaurant banter.
So you can ignore this restaurant banter. But nevertheless, I took you out for a nice dinner because it is your birthday.
Yes,
you deserve a good dinner.
Quite delicious too, I have to say.
Yeah, you got a penne situation.
Penne pasta. It was a penne.
Penne alla vodka with shrimp is what it was.
Penne alla vodka with shrimp.
Can't go wrong.
Delicious.
You can't go wrong.
It's very filling though. I'm very stuffed.
It is. Well, I'm full. I had a nice Cajun chicken with some vegetables and mashed potatoes. Delicious.
Your meal looked like a stuntman's meal, or somebody who has to physically work out quite a bit.
It was delicious.
But it didn't. You didn't get the usual breast of chicken.
Well, no, this was the same thing. It was every time I go to Rhodes, I get the same thing.
It was breaded though.
No, it's a breast of chicken, but you choose how you want it. There's three choices: either with lemon pepper seasoning on it, Cajun, which I got tonight, or the other option is teriyaki. Today was the first time I got the Cajun, and I loved it. Usually I just get the lemon pepper.
Yeah, but is the Cajun a little spicy?
Actually, it was just flavorful. It wasn't spicy. Really? Sometimes Cajun can be spicy.
Can be spicy.
But
I stay away
most
from
of the time it's very flavorful. This one, not even a hint of spice.
Not even a hint.
Not even a hint. It was delicious.
How exciting.
But it was not Old Spice. No.
Dun 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 dun. Send the captain to the boat.
Exactly.
There you go.
But, all right, yeah, so it was your birthday.
Was my birthday. Actually, I'm almost, 10 days ago.
And I have a gift for you that I've been excited to give you.
I'm excited to receive it eventually.
You're going to get it right now.
Right now?
I got it right here.
No.
This is for you.
Why
don't you open it on the air?
Oh, really?
There's a little flap here where you can open up the tape that I made for you, so you can easily take that off. Do you want to take a guess at what it is?
It's a shirt.
It's not that heavy.
It's a shirt.
It's a shirt?
Yeah.
You're going with shirt?
I'm going to go with the clothing, an article of clothing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think.
It took a while for me to get this. It came from China.
Yeah, I know.
But the audience didn't know that.
I order from them quite a bit.
Yes. But I didn't know it was going to come from China.
Well, what website did you order from?
The website doesn't. It says it's an American company, but maybe.
Oh, wait a minute. It's not an. Oh, it's another painting. This is very similar to the Daenerys.
Oh yes, kind of. But this is
which I still have, by the way.
Yes, that's true. I bought you a Game of Thrones thing one time.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, it's a picture of Tyler.
It's a custom painting.
Where did you get that?
I had it done. I had an artist do a custom painting.
Where did you get the picture to give him?
Well, you gave it to me a long time ago for the show, for the end credits.
Really?
And then when I was here, I took a few other pictures.
Well,
just be careful. This is a painting. This is actually hand painted.
No,
so it's on canvas and everything.
Smell it. Well, there's the picture that it came from. Well, that's awful sweet, and I hear just today I was talking about him and saying, God, I miss you so much.
And that's why I wanted to do that for you.
My little baby
He's your
boy,
favorite little guy.
He really is.
Let's show the audience.
Ladies and gentlemen, here he is.
This is Tyler.
Tyler.
Beautiful Tyler.
Tyler Smith. He was my dog for about 12 years, and he passed away it was a year ago.
A little over a year ago, yeah.
A little over a year ago. I had to put him down. He was just having a very difficult time living his life, and of course that's what we have to do. When you're pet owners, you have to. Well, you're absolutely right. I never in a million years.
Never would have guessed.
No, I didn't. Well, that very sweet of you, my friend.
I knew you'd like it.
You're breaking my heart here. Really a wonderful.
And if anybody wants to do that for their pet, this website was wonderful. It's called mavenart.com. M-A-V-E-N. Exceptional customer service.
Maven Art, one word.
Yeah, .com. And they kept me in the loop with every step, with emails, kept me posted. It was great, and I couldn't.
Can you put that over there on the tables? I don't want to put it down because Louis will pee on it. He'll know that that's Tyler in his heart somehow.
Yeah, it's up
and
there.
He's sitting right here.
And I couldn't be happier with the service.
Kind of you. I'm very moved. I truly am.
Well, I wanted to get you something different.
No, that was wonderful. What a wonderful gift.
Something that it's like I can buy you something in a store, but this says
no. This is heartfelt and very sweet of you. I truly am honored.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
And thank you very much for dinner tonight.
Of course.
I did not do yet is to thank you for dinner.
I know you appreciate it.
No, I do appreciate it. It was wonderful.
My pleasure.
Delicious. So, well, there you go.
Let's get to the show.
Let's get to the show, I suppose.
Folks, El Camino.
You're in the way of the...
No, this is the usual.
Well, I'm a little far to the right here, though, or to the left.
No, you're in the frame. If you'd like to move in,
I can move
a
in
hair,
a little.
but I don't want you moving too much.
I think I can move in.
We're good.
Far more.
But folks, if you don't know El Camino, it's a Breaking Bad movie. It picks up exactly where the series left off.
It's the sequel to the series.
So it basically picks up on Jesse. If you haven't seen the show, sorry, it's a spoiler, Jesse survives the show. And his character went through quite an ordeal. We don't need to get into all of it. But this picks
a little
up
slower so our audience can hear.
I didn't realize I was talking that fast.
You do talk fast.
So this picks up right where Jesse was last seen fleeing his captors in this vehicle in an El Camino.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Well, the El Camino actually belonged to another guy,
belonged to
Matt Damon.
Lookalike Jesse Plemons.
Right.
Who has a big role in this film, too.
He does.
Pretty good size.
Yeah, he's quite good. You know, one thing I'd rather, something to talk about is, Maleficent comes out. Comes out this Friday.
Yes, it does.
And they're saying it is going to conquer
Angelina
Joker.
Jolie, yeah.
It will conquer Joker.
I think so, too.
Well, it got a scathing review today. And, of course, this guy is on the show Mom.
Yeah, that's Matt Smith.
There you go.
And this is Charles Barker, I think his name is. Not Charles Barkley, Barker.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Interesting.
But yeah, this. So they gave it a bad review.
Anyway, so they gave it a horrible review, and they said that it's a definite reflection on the inner powers that be of Disney, aimed at just deploying all Disney films of any kind of heart and soul, that just giving out product.
Yeah.
Which I'm rather surprised because Angelina Jolie always has a great bit of power in these films.
Yeah.
I mean, she practically, she looks like she's made out of alabaster. If you, look at her in the pictures.
They give her these like big
promos.
Yeah, it's weird.
The first thing I thought was, oh my God, look at how much weight she keeps losing. Every time
she's
you see her,
away,
you see her on the cover of the Inquirer or something. She and Brad, or Brad's back with Jennifer, according to them, and so forth and so on. But she just looks just thinner all the time. Her mom died, and ever since then she's never gained.
Well, her mother died while she was making that film Wanted,
right?
Which was 2010, I think.
Yeah, that was
a long time ago.
Almost 10 years ago.
Yeah,
9 years
she's been thin ever since for the most part.
Very much so.
And then she went and had her breasts removed and then redone because she was afraid of, she had a cancer gene that her mother had.
All she had was a gene. I mean, she didn't even have any cancer.
She did it preemptively,
She just did it because she just said to the doctor, listen, I don't want to take the chance. My mom died of
breast cancer,
I just want it done. And, having no ego whatsoever, which this woman is completely fearless and egoless. You got to hand it to her. There's no question. Nobody else in Hollywood would have just said, take them off.
I know.
But she did.
Although I think Rita Wilson did the same thing.
Did she?
I'm pretty sure she had the same procedure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Although I think hers wasn't preemptive. I think they found something.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
And that was, I think, a couple years ago.
There you go.
But anyway, back to this.
This is a film. It is the sequel to the Breaking Bad series. It's literally a 2-hour show. It's an hour and 58 minutes.
Yeah,
it's a lengthy little procedure.
But it doesn't feel long. I really was sucked into it right away. It felt like watching a big episode.
I totally agree. I loved it. I didn't expect to really.
I loved it a lot.
I didn't think I was going to like it that much. And I hate to say this, but you know, every day I get reviews of, you know, from Variety
I know.
or whoever.
See, I don't go by them.
I know, you know, you really shouldn't, but well, it doesn't
You
matter.
know why? I don't like to have that seed planted.
I know, yeah,
you know?
but you know what? I'm mature enough, believe it or not, that it doesn't matter to me.
Good.
Yeah, it's really true. I can take a bad review of a film, and sometimes...
No, I can too, but
well,
some people
face it,
can't.
Gemini Man,
Yes.
which we're going to discuss.
It was lambasted for the most part.
It was lambasted,
Yes.
not basted.
Lambasted.
But it was lambasted by all the critics,
It
pretty
was.
much. Not everybody. I mean, it got like
Good
gets a 5.6 on
IMDb, right? Yeah.
out of 10, which is not bad.
Not too bad.
But anyway, so El Camino, here we have it. It's Aaron Paul's film all the way.
He's in almost every scene.
He is in almost just
about
every scene.
There's
And,
a lot of flashbacks.
There is.
Which are cool because it's... And I don't want to get into any spoilers of characters that show up.
Yeah.
Let's try to avoid that. But it does play into some of the more important themes of the show. We get hints of here, key characters in some ways.
Yeah, I enjoyed that they had key characters show up.
It was kind of cool. I enjoyed that.
I really do. Like Banks, what's his name?
Yeah, we have a scene with him.
With
Jonathan Banks.
Jonathan Banks, of course, he's wonderful.
These two guys.
We have a nice little scene with Walter White himself, Bryan Cranston.
I just said I don't want to get into the spoilers of who shows up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, too late now.
But it doesn't
so
matter.
So the cat's out of the bag.
You know,
he has a scene.
Yeah, we do have
in
a little
very,
diner
I have
scene.
to say, sadly, a very noticeable bald cap. It definitely looked like a bald cap this time because
Oh,
I know
really?
he didn't shave his head for
Well, he
this.
had a hat on though.
No, he was bald right in the diner.
Was he?
Yeah, and unfortunately, it really looks like a bald cap.
Oh, okay.
But whatever, the show's flawless.
You know, I wasn't even really looking for that.
I just happened
was just so
to notice
grateful
it.
to see him.
Me too.
And you know, that was 6 years ago that show ended.
It ended in 2013. I know.
So it's kind of bizarre to me that people are able to pick up. And the only reason I started to mention Maleficent
Yes.
is the fact that it picks up right where the previous film
Oh,
picks
that's
up.
cool. I like that.
Well, yeah, but look at Dakota Fanning. She's aged
Oh, yeah, a couple of years
quite
at
a
least.
bit.
2-3 years, right?
2-3 years. It's like that was 2015. That's 4 years ago.
Is it that long ago?
Yes, that's 4
Wow,
years ago.
I didn't realize that was 2015.
I believe it was.
I feel like it
could
was
be 2016.
I think it was 2016.
But
probably.
even so,
But still,
3-4 years
yeah.
for a young woman.
I know.
That's a big.
Well, she blossomed into a woman.
I
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I know. So I'm rather surprised that
Yeah.
they were able to. But then again, CGI. Look at Gemini Man, which
Exactly.
we're going to be reviewing.
Yeah.
They can take anybody and throw them back a couple
No,
of
of
years
course,
or so.
yeah.
I guess it's no big deal.
But this was cool because, it picks up right where everything left off.
It does.
And you get that immediacy. Like, I didn't know going into it if it was going to be right there or is it going to be some time has passed. This is really just all
No, it
about...
picks up right that very night.
moment.
That
Yeah,
night that Walter
moment,
died.
yeah.
In fact,
In real time, because you got the news covering the event.
Well,
and,
sure.
And it's all about
we
his
see
escape.
the cops racing down
Yeah.
the road to where
Yeah.
Walter has been annihilated.
Exactly. So this is
Yeah.
all about Jesse's immediate departure of that situation and him trying to basically get
Yeah.
out of New Mexico.
Which I like.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
like.
I really enjoyed it. I want to watch it again.
I did too.
I really
well,
enjoyed this film.
Believe it or not, I have a friend that comes over every Friday night and we watch a movie.
You do.
I have now convinced that person that starting this particular week, oh, by the way, we watched House That Jack Built last week.
Oh, I was just thinking about that movie the other day.
Such a cool film.
Yeah, I want to watch that again.
Such a cool film.
It is.
I really do enjoy it. But it was, I've decided, and I mentioned this to my friend, we are now going to watch at least 2 or 3 episodes every Friday night of Breaking Bad.
That's
We're gonna
great.
Start the whole thing all
So
over
instead of
again.
watching a movie for a while,
Correct.
you're just going to do Breaking Bad.
Just going to do that.
That's awesome.
It's going to take 6 months.
It's going to take some time.
It's going to take about 6 months to get through the whole thing. But, and he's never really wanted to watch it. And then suddenly I mentioned to him, basically it's a mafia movie. He goes, really?
Yeah.
It's a mafia movie? I said, well, haven't you heard of it? It's only like, the greatest
TV show ever
series
made.
ever made.
Yeah, yeah.
Right under Penny Dreadful, of course. So, naturally, hint, hint, I hope you do watch the guy.
I'm already on episode 3.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, I
wonderful.
started it this morning.
Oh, cool.
We're going to be discussing that soon.
Oh, wonderful. I'm so
I'm hoping to get through all 3 seasons by the Halloween show.
Did it hook you already, or?
Oh, no, I'm interested.
Are you?
Yeah, no, yeah.
The first show is very
it's good.
hookable.
No, yeah, it's a good pilot.
It
Yeah.
really is a good
No, it gets
pilot.
you in there, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got a great, I don't want to say too much, but, it's got beautiful production design.
Beautiful.
The acting,
Stunning.
the music
We're
is
talking
great.
about Penny Dreadful with Eva Green.
A quick side
and,
note.
yeah. No, just a
Timothy
wonderful...
Dalton. It's a Showtime show. It's now on
Showtime
Netflix.
show. It's just
Yeah.
awesome, wonderful. It's a horror. It's a horror experience, but it's
Yeah.
3 seasons that are magnificent.
It's
and some of the
interesting.
finest acting you will ever see in your life.
Yeah.
Of course, you did see the seance scene
I
already.
did. That was amazing.
Oh, well, that's nothing.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's nothing when you see what Eva Green does
I
in
can't
this
wait to
film.
see that, yeah.
It is a film, and it's just a big
Big
30-hour film,
That's
basically.
awesome.
But oh my God, she is just. My heart is throbbing with lust and love and admiration for her.
Mm-hmm.
I just think she's just so incredible in this.
No, she's a great actress.
You're going to see her do stuff tears almost every scene she's in after a certain point.
Cool.
Just incredible acting. I'm blown away. I truly am. So
back to this.
We love this.
We love El Camino. It's on Netflix.
Yeah,
it's just
there's nothing
it's exciting. It's got suspense. It's got some really awesome, as Breaking Bad always did. Some great cinematography.
Always.
Vince Gilligan wrote and directed this. He was the creator of the show.
It's not as much in that, we have a lot of spaciousness.
There is. There's some time lapse.
In the world. No. I don't mean that kind of spaciousness. In the photography element, of all the Breaking Bad shows, we always have that big pan shot.
Yeah.
And
wide shots, yeah.
Wide shots.
Yeah.
Loads of wide shots. I love it.
It's great.
It's just so good. And it makes you think. He'll give you a wide shot here, a wide shot there, a wide shot here, and then the characters will slowly enter or whatever. And it's just such a cinematography experience in
gorgeous.
A movie element, a movie way. It's awesome. I didn't feel that in watching this particular show, however. This was very close up and
there were a few wide shots, but not as much as the show.
It was taut and tight through the whole thing, pretty much. I mean, maybe opening scene or something.
Well, there was a few, there was a few city shots.
But it wasn't
and
the
desert
standard
skates.
Vince Gilligan kind of that brilliant, beautiful presentation. This was a tight drama.
It was.
It was a 2 hour.
It was harrowing, yeah.
And there was a lot of stuff happening
constantly. It was like an escape film, It
really was.
The Guys on the Lam, that kind of a thing.
And also a survival film.
A little bit too,
Much of a guy who has just been through hell. He's been in a cage and...
he's been through a lot.
And we have a lot of flashbacks of what happens while he's in the cage and... I don't even remember how he basically got out of that cage. To escape, I'd have to go back and watch.
I'd have to rewatch
the series again.
I'd love to go back and watch the series again.
Me too, and I'm going to start this week. And I really, my wife and I, before she passed away, obviously it ended. We watched the whole series and then she died.
I know, yeah.
So, but it got to the point where literally we would sit here night after night, and of course the whole series had already been. So we weren't watching it week by week. No, that's not true.
No, the last couple seasons you were watching in real time.
The last couple seasons we did have to watch in real time. You are correct. But the first few
was all
just binge. So we just sat here and I just say to her, we just watched 4 episodes, and she'd say, one more.
I know, you're up till 4 in the morning.
You're up till 4 in the morning watching it, and then you just can't stop. And then you're thinking about it and talking about it all night.
It's great.
In bed. So
it's a great show.
It's a great show.
It's the most consistent show. I've said this many times. The most consistent show I've ever seen.
Yeah, it really is.
Awesome.
It's just awesome. The acting, the script, it's just everything.
If you haven't seen Breaking Bad,
it's a movie.
Jump in and see it.
A movie experience.
Yeah, it really is.
In every respect.
And this is a great cap to it.
It is, actually.
I really enjoyed it.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a great cap, but I think it's an adequate. I think it's a very good cap.
I
didn't think it was great, but I liked it. But I don't think. I think he could have done a little better job. Maybe taken a little more time, maybe, and maybe even gone beyond where it goes. But for what it is, and for the the 2 hour experience that it is right after the Angie, please don't do that. But to just give us that particular instance of time that happens directly right after Walter is killed, I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, and I really recommend the highlight.
No, I do too.
I loved it.
I do too.
Real quick, Robert Forster, we're going to do a quick tribute.
Well, Robert Forster is in the
He's
film.
in. He passed through here. I had a shot of him. I thought I had a shot or two of him in there. Well, I got maybe I used that shot in the tribute. So
okay.
He passed away. It's funny, ironically, right when he was in Jackie Brown. That was.
Put the picture of his face up.
It's coming back. Well, I had it in order. I don't know why it didn't go to that first. Hang on. Where's that button?
Well, here he is, right there. He is. No, that's an old shot.
Hang on.
Oh, no.
I had it organized. I don't know why it didn't go.
Know.
There it is.
There it is.
That should have been the first.
There's Robert Forster that we
know. He was in Breaking Bad. He played a guy who was like a fixer. You need to get out of town. He'll get everything arranged.
Yeah.
Kind of secretive. But a lot of us, me especially, my big introduction to him was Jackie Brown in '97, where Tarantino kind of brought him out of obscurity because his career had gone up and down,
he's always been in a lot of things. Then he went into the David Lynch world. He was in Mulholland Drive. He played a cop right at the very beginning of the film, and that's it. You never see him again. But then, of course, he was in Twin Peaks, the third and final season. But then again, now there's great talk that there is going to be a 4th season of Twin Peaks. So for all you Twin Peakers out there, get excited. So,
but here he is in Breaking Bad.
Yeah, here he is
with Walt.
Bryan Cranston, alias Walt.
He was just a very likable guy. He was charismatic. He had great presence.
He truly did.
Great voice, too.
Wonderful.
And I always believed anything he was saying. Very believable.
He just had a heart to him.
Yeah.
You know, most people just act, but he just projected.
Yeah.
What film is this?
That was with that was his big break with Elizabeth Taylor. I have it here. It's his big break. It was called. I never saw it. Reflections in a Golden Eye.
Oh, that's Marlon Brando.
Marlon Brando.
Yeah, Marlon's in that film.
Yeah, it was a John Huston film.
over there. There's Cloud Houston. There's Marlon.
Yeah.
But here's the beautiful Foxy Brown herself.
Yeah, Jackie Brown. Pam Grier.
Pam Grier, and of course there he is, Robert. But yeah, he just had an element of truth about him. There was just a real strong, just an amazing presence on screen. Always, he will be missed. For me, he'll be missed big time.
I really enjoyed him.
Picture of Tiny Tim over there.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't even notice it.
I missed it.
Yeah. Yeah, very strange.
Yeah, he was in a lot of TV. I think this was when he did an appearance on Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah, he was in all those old shows like Mannix and...
well, he had his own show for a brief period, too.
Here he is in Twin Peaks, right here.
It was a show, he was the star. It was called Banyan. He was the star of that show. It was a brief run.
Okay, I don't even recognize him here.
He also did a show called Nikita where he was the star.
Nikita,
Nikita. Not Left Hand Nikita.
Netflix, yeah.
This is like years before.
Oh, okay.
And then he had a big movie called Medium Cool, which is a big one for him.
I have it sitting right over here. It's right here.
Was that the one that was a Wexler film?
I believe possibly.
Yes, Medium Cool was Haskell Wexler.
Yeah, but he
directed Medium Cool.
Did he direct it? I
know
he's normally a cinematographer.
Well, normally a cinematographer with a huge, very prestigious resume.
Right.
But he also directed some films.
Okay.
But here he is in Twin Peaks.
Yeah. Well, you know, he didn't look good in
Great Loss.
He didn't look good in the new El Camino. He looked pretty bad, in fact.
Shot that last year towards the end of his life,
but you know, he died of brain cancer. So you know, he looked pretty haggard, and he looks haggard.
He looks like a lifetime smoker.
Yeah,
you know?
that could very well be.
Yeah.
I wonder. You know, he's got those Willie Nelson, lines of facial character written all over. Oh, look, it's what's his face? I love this guy. He was in The Illusion with Ed
Illusionist?
Yeah, The Illusionist. He's the star.
Oh, yeah.
I love that guy. He was also on a show called The 11th Hour, which was great fun.
Are you talking about Rufus Sewell?
Yeah, that's right. That was him.
Descendants, I like that film.
Great film.
Great film.
Yeah. That was
Shailene Woodley.
Shailene Woodley.
This is from a Disney film, The Black Hole.
Oh, interesting.
Which was... I don't know if it was successful or not.
Okay.
But yeah, he was a great presence.
Is he a director here?
I think that was in Medium Cool.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. I think that was Medium Cool,
That could be.
But he was great. It's a shame to see him go.
Shame to see him go.
But he had a good life.
Heartbreaking.
How old was he? He was 41 to 2019.
There you go. 2019?
That's when he died. No, 1941 to 2019.
So 59 plus 20, so he's about 78.
Yeah.
There you go.
But this was obviously his big break. And
there you go. There's De Niro, little Bridget over there. Yeah. You got everybody.
Tarantino had a nice comment. He said casting him in that film was the best decision he ever made.
Yeah.
He said it was
he's just an awesome guy. David Lynch is probably
had some nice words, too.
Heartbroken about him.
Yeah, he's great. Everybody loved him.
Guy. True.
Yeah.
Let's
go on. We're going to do Gemini Man now with Will Smith.
Yes.
Directed by Ang Lee.
Yes.
Who you know from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, The Life of Pi.
He did
Brokeback Mountain.
He's done a lot of films. Very diverse.
Billy Flynn's
The Long Half Walk,
which I never saw.
I saw it and I haven't.
Yeah.
And that was shot in the same half frame
that this was. The high frame rate. Yeah.
The high frame rate.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't see this in the high frame. I saw it as you did.
I saw it digital.
And the 35 millimeter
I didn't
digital.
Do that.
Yeah.
He also did one of my favorite films from the '90s, The Ice Storm. Love that film.
Okay.
Big break at that film.
That's an Alec Baldwin film, I
believe?
No,
this is Kevin Kline. It's Sigourney Weaver, Joan Allen.
Right. There's an accident at the beginning
of the film.
There's
an accident at the end of the film.
Oh, okay.
Elijah Wood.
Oh, interesting.
It was the big break for Katie Holmes and Tobey Maguire.
Oh, really?
Very good film, coming of age, yeah.
Okay.
But this
is the CGI Will over here. We have two Wills in this film.
If you don't know the premise, basically Will Smith is an aging hitman who finds out that he was cloned 25 years prior, and now he's being hunted by this clone. Which his clone is being directed by an old kind of adversary, played by Clive Owen. Yeah,
Clive's,
that's the gist of
Clive's playing the bad guy quite a bit recently. We just saw him in that that movie with that Shakespeare film that he just did.
Oh yeah, he was in Ophelia.
Ophelia.
Yeah,
correct.
he played the douchebag in that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's playing another douchebag.
Yeah.
He's playing a lot of douchebags lately.
but he's good at
But
it.
he plays a good.
I like Clive.
He plays a fine douchebag,
Yeah.
as douchebags go.
Does he
And
well.
as we see douchebags, but here is the young Will Smith, kind of interesting.
I gotta say, I got into it and I bought it. You know, it worked for me.
I enjoyed it too.
And I wasn't dying. I don't think either one of us were really dying to see this film.
Wasn't dying to see
so
it
I
at
kind of
all.
like when a film
I do
engaged
too.
me more than expected.
Absolutely true.
B.D. Wong, who we love in Doctor Strange.
B.D. Wong?
Not B.D. Wong. I'm sorry.
No, that can't be B.D.
Not B.D. Wong.
B.D. Wong was just in Gotham.
Benedict Wong.
There you go.
Benedict. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But he's in with Benedict Cumberbatch in the Doctor Strange films.
Mary Elizabeth here.
I love her.
Love
Winstead.
her. Oh my God, do I love this one.
If you like Mary Elizabeth Winstead, check out a film we reviewed recently on the show called All About Maria.
Oh, was that
a
a
Netflix film?
spectacular.
The performance of her career, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
it's awesome. She
beat out some big names for this movie.
Did she?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. She's
very
just
good.
wonderful. I love her. She's just got a great look. A young Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah,
right
a little
there.
bit.
Little bit of that, and she's a very powerful presence.
She's good.
I was waiting for, and a spoiler that didn't occur. I was waiting for her to just somehow be a clone too, or they were going to throw some little side angle there. But it's a very clever premise of this film. Let me explain more so in a little more in depth. Will Smith is a hitman, and very similar to an old television show back in the '60s called The Prisoner. He wants to get out of the business. Well, you can't just leave the business because you know too much. But of course, it's such a stupid thing. Of course, just let him leave. And have the young Will Smith just take over for him.
Yeah.
Why can't they just do that?
In this one they said he's not. Will Smith says they're not trying to kill me because I'm trying to leave. They're trying to kill me because they think that one of these other associates told him something that was classified. Because he has a government contact in this film that he has a meeting with, and he thinks that they think.
You mean on the boat at the beginning?
Yeah, he thinks.
By the way, that guy is your lieutenant in Penny Dreadful.
Yes, yeah.
That same guy as the cop.
Yeah, and he was just in what we saw in Black Mirror recently.
Did we?
The last season, he played the curator of that museum in that one episode.
I don't
and then he was also in a film we just reviewed within the past couple weeks.
Well, I never noticed him before until Penny Dreadful, but it doesn't matter. They don't know who we're talking about.
I know, it doesn't matter.
And it's not important. But anyway, so what does Clive Owen do? Knowing that Will Smith is the best hitman he's got, he has the foresight, which
Here's what he looks like, by the way, when he's doing the performance capture.
Okay. Oh, here you go.
Because he did both performances, obviously.
Well, obviously.
And they captured it with
this.
this.
And they just put the old green screen. Usually they're wearing yellow dots or something, or a yellow suit, but it was fairly well done. But anyway, so Clive Owen has the forethought to clone Will during some blood loss that he had, and clone him so that he can now replace him in years to come. And of course, now he's 6 in a dog sense. He's 6 his cloned Will out there to kill the old Will. The 51-year-old, as they keep saying, not 50, but he's 51.
Yeah.
So to clone the old, to come back and kill the old Will.
Exactly.
So it was kind of a clever little thing going on. I was kind of amused. I like the beginning scenes. I thought it was really good.
I gotta say, there was some really good action sequences like that.
I love the opening scene where the train is
that was cool. Yeah, he's got to do a
hit that guy.
And that's a key moment in the film because
that
sets off a set of events.
Absolutely.
There's a really good motorcycle chase that.
Great.
There's some awesome things that happen there I haven't seen before in the film.
I love the fact how a lot of the motorcycles were used as weapons.
I haven't seen that before.
Yeah, you don't see
that. Where he's trying to ram him with
where
it.
He just
that was kind of cool.
He like throws it over a car.
Well, yeah, he does that
it
too.
Hits Will. Will gets hit like 20 times.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. You don't see that too often. I thought it was a little done drama.
I did too. I gotta say,
I enjoyed it.
I was pleasantly surprised. It's a 3-star film. I wouldn't go above that.
Well, I don't know if I'd even go through. I might go 3.
I'll go 3 solid. Yeah.
I mean, it was watchable.
Yeah, it was a B.
I never really. I never was bored ever.
No, I was very. I was into it. It was shorter movie. Wasn't even 2 hours.
Yeah.
I was engaged
the entire time. It is 2 hours,
time.
but it was only 1 hour and 45 because they did 15 solid minutes of end credits.
I know, but
It's an hour and 58-minute film, but it ended at 1:45. Directed by Ang Lee, comes on at 1 hour and 45 minutes into a 2-hour film.
Yeah.
So you've got 13 minutes of credits.
Is what you're saying. Yeah,
well, obviously, so with the CGI, maybe they.
Yeah, I went to the 1:30 show.
And
I literally walked out of the theater. It was 4:30 sharp.
I know. Yeah. I told you that too.
Yeah.
And that's what I texted you. I said, you're going to be out of there 4:30. You're going to have an hour to kill to get to our restaurant.
I never got that text from you.
No, I did. I said that to you.
I didn't get it today.
No,
we talked about
show it to you on my...
I didn't get that text, yeah. I remember a phone conversation yesterday.
No, I'll show it to you on my phone.
But yeah, I didn't get that text.
No, I did send it to you. And I said, yeah, you blew it. I said, you blew it. You're out of there. You're out of there early at 4:30.
But what did I blow?
Well, you blowed it because... You blowed it.
What did I blow?
You blewed it. Because,
I didn't blow anything.
No, you said to me, I'm going to be out of there at 5:30. I'm only going to have a half an hour to get to Rhodes. That's what you said to me yesterday.
No, because you told
an hour.
Well, no, but you told me that I'm going to be getting out close to 5 because you went to the 1:30 show on Sunday.
I told you.
You said I'll be getting out close to 5 o'clock, and I said, I'm going to get that rush hour traffic on 17. That's what I said to you. Yeah,
well,
and that's why
I went to the 2:30 show exactly.
So did
I.
You did. Yeah, 2:30. You
and
told me
I was out, and it started. Went to the 2:30 show. The show actually started at 2:45.
Yeah.
After 13 minutes of opening credits. For my opening trailers.
For me, the trailer started earlier because I got into the theater before 2:30. Trailers are already on.
Oh,
usually they don't start till the start time.
Exactly so.
But anyway, I enjoyed the film.
It was fun. It was a kick.
I was pleasantly surprised.
It had an espionage feel to it.
There was.
I thought Will was
and
fine.
That was an addition
because
I know this film was in development for like 20-something years.
Really?
And it's changed a lot.
Correct.
Because it kept getting delayed.
Yeah, it was written by some guy 20 years ago.
Well, yeah, the guy from, I told you last week on the show that he was a cart pusher at Hasbro Kite ShopRite.
Oh, right.
But anyway, it's changed so much since then because the technology wasn't ready then to be able to accomplish this. And it went from Disney to this studio to that studio.
They would have just like they do any duplicate guy. But of course, the key was it wasn't just a duplicate guy; it was a guy 20 years younger than him.
Well, that's the thing, yeah.
So that was the key.
But originally they were going to do it with a different actor playing a younger version, but that never looks as good, you know.
Well, I don't know. There were scenes in this that didn't look so great.
See, I thought it looked okay.
That end scene, yeah. Well, the CGI Will. I mean, you know, he looked CGI Will to me. He looked like a CGI.
I don't know. I didn't have any issues with it.
He looked better. He looked better.
I knew that it was CGI, but it didn't bother me.
But the end scene at the university, he looked really bad. Then he looked really like a CGI all the way. And that's what I said to you. I think they probably shot that scene
I think I know what you're talking about, but it didn't jump out at me.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah.
So it looks like...
But I think, you go see Gemini Man. I think you're going to have fun.
In Muncie right now, we've got the big case of the measles.
We do,
Maybe that's what Will got.
But it is an enjoyable film.
It really is.
I think it's a big screen film.
A lot of people are condemning Mr. David Benioff.
Who was one of the showrunners of Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. And people go, well. So, you check out IMDb. They're lambasting poor David Benioff for saying, oh, well, no wonder this movie sucks. Benioff had something to do with it.
Oh, stop it.
Bullshit.
He was just one of several writers that came in to polish it.
Well, it was him and his buddy who created the show and wrote most of the stuff, though.
Game of Thrones, but his buddy had nothing to do with this film.
I realize that.
Yeah.
But David did.
He did, of course.
David. I think Game of Thrones is right up there with Breaking Bad as being
that's what I'm saying.
one of the best shows ever.
I don't go along with all these people that hate Game of Thrones now because the ending season wasn't what they wanted.
Season 1, season 8.
That's not what I said. I said the ending of the last season wasn't what they wanted.
Oh, you just said season 1.
No, I said it wasn't what they wanted.
Okay. All right, fine, whatever. So,
but regardless, I think he's a still talented writer.
Wonderful.
Showrunner.
And I love the ending. I thought it was great.
I enjoyed it for what it was.
It is what it is, and don't take that away.
Yeah. Enjoy. People got to just enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride as a whole instead of just hating something for the ending.
And people just love to hate.
They do.
They just love to hate.
It's hate culture. That's the downside of the internet. It gives hate a voice. Very true. And I'm not saying against free speech, but people hate just to hate sometimes.
No, I agree.
Content, especially.
Every single movie on there. It doesn't matter what it is. The Godfather, the actor.
Somebody's got to hate it.
Somebody's on there going, I give this a 2.
Yeah.
Ignore the people who gave it a 10.
I know.
Oh, I'm the guy who really knows what...
And there are also people out there that hate things that are popular for the sake of it.
Exactly.
Or there's people that like something, then it becomes popular, and they're like, no, I liked it first, now everybody likes it, so now I hate it.
Exactly.
I went to high school people that were like that with music.
Dementia within our culture.
They're messed up.
It truly is.
But anyway, we're digressing. You can enjoy Gemini Man.
It's fun. I enjoyed it. It was
I enjoyed it.
It was good. It was all right. It was a fun film.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
No question.
Let's move on.
We can.
To a very interesting documentary.
Yeah.
You can watch it. It's on...
very quick watch.
Yeah, you can watch it. It's on
Amazon.
Amazon it's on. It's on Google Play and it's on Vudu. It's called Memory, The Origins of Alien, and it's what you expect, how the movie came to pass.
Yeah.
Started as a script by a screenwriter named Dan O'Bannon,
Yep.
who came up with this concept.
Came up with this concept literally 20 years earlier.
Many years before.
A long time.
He lived in a rural area of, I forget what state, Missouri or something.
Something like that.
His escape was
Went
just
from
books.
couch to couch to couch to couch, living in people's homes
Yeah.
and so forth.
While he was writing this. And then it finally got into the hands of Walter Hill, who was originally going to direct it, but then decided to just stay on as a producer.
Well, no, he went on and did Southern Comfort.
But he was originally going to be the director.
He was going to be the director.
And he decided to go do Southern Comfort.
He decided that the sci-fi thing wasn't his
Wasn't
thing,
his thing.
and he was more of a
He really hasn't done
country-
sci-fi for
He
the
was a
most part.
Western kind of guy.
Yeah, he did a lot of action
And
films.
listen, we're all grateful that everything happened. The dominoes fell as they did.
In the right hands.
And this film, here's Mr. H.R. Geiger, whichever, however you want
Giger,
to
I
call
think
him.
is how you say
Giger.
it.
Well, I met the man.
I know, I'm jealous
I
of that.
have his signature
That's awesome.
in my
Yeah.
office
That's
over
so
here. Where he signed
Yeah.
to Daryl H.R.
That's so
Geiger.
good.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
And I thought I sold that, but I didn't. I found it the other day.
I would keep
I
that.
still have it, yes.
But yeah, so it
But,
fell into the hands eventually of
incredible.
Fox and Ridley Scott, who was the perfect director to do
Yes,
this.
indeed. Well,
And-
Ridley came on.
Well, eventually.
Came on towards obviously at the end.
I know.
I mean, he was the.
But I mean, it
you know,
changed
it's like,
hands a
where
few
are my
times
keys?
before that.
Where are my keys? The last place you found,
I know.
the last place you looked. And Ridley just happened to come on, and he just brought, and they had no real clue how to do this. There was an old John Carpenter film called Dark Star.
Which Dan O'Bannon was the writer of that.
Correct.
Yeah.
And the amazing thing about this particular film is, you know, you think to yourself how innovative and how clever and how amazing this film is, but it's really not. The story is so basic,
Yeah,
and it goes
we've
back
seen it before.
we've seen it not just once or twice,
Million times.
a zillion
I
times.
know.
You know, Alien comes on board. E.T. is
Yeah.
the same thing. E.T. in
Comes
space
to
to America.
Earth.
You know, it's the
But you
old
know-
fish out of water shtick.
Well, there's also the whole idea that, you know, every story's been told before.
True.
It's how you tell it that makes it unique.
But
And Ridley
this
did that
was a
beautifully
film. Oh
with
my
this.
God! This is a film that the visuals just completely enhance every aspect, and you know they go very
I love how they went into making
how
that
they go into the
scene.
graphic. Oh.
That was great.
Well, also you'll see that on the new print of Alien itself.
Yeah.
The new 4K edition. They have a whole bunch of
Featurettes and stuff.
and stuff
That's
on
cool.
that. Oh my God! But
But this
you
movie
know,
still holds up. Has a great look.
this was amazing.
Awesome.
This scene right here. You have a fog.
Yeah.
Ridley rolled in the fog machine.
He did.
And then he put laser beams
wasn't that cool?
on top
He did.
to keep the fog down low.
So cool.
So and then he shot from above and shot from the same angle. Oh my God.
Awesome.
The things that he did, just the thought and the brilliance of visually establishing
Yeah.
and this. They
so
worked
cool.
on this
For a long time.
A long time.
And it was one of the
I love this shot.
Yeah, and it was one of the other artists on the film that came up with how to get the facehugger to work.
Right.
Because Giger's like, that's the one failing of mine. I couldn't get it to work. I couldn't design it well enough.
Not only that. They had a huge problem on how to get the alien on board the ship. That was a big thing. And they
Oh, that's right.
discussed
Yeah,
that.
you're right.
How are
you're
we
right,
going to
you're
get the
right.
alien
I'm
on
talking
board?
about just the design of the
No, I
facehugger.
realize that. I realize that.
But
Well,
you're
that's
right.
HR.
That was an important plot
That was an
point. How did
important
they do
plot
that?
point. And then finally, I believe it was Dan O'Bannon who came up with
The
the whole idea.
impregnation of
Wait
it.
a minute. I'll get it on. He'll ingest it. He'll impregnate the guy, which here we are. Here it is here. And this
So
is based on a
brilliant.
painting done by the same guy who did The Scream. His name is Edward.
Well, the Scream was Van Gogh, wasn't it? Not Van Gogh. Not Van Gogh.
No, Edward Dimitric or something like that. But anyway, he did the same painting that this was based on.
Well, the
You see
mouth
that-
was based on Francis Bacon. Francis Bacon was the guy who had that one weird painting with the mouth. That was what inspired
Francis
H.R.
Bacon?
I'm pretty sure that was
I
the
don't
name.
think so.
I'm pretty sure.
Francis Bacon was a fucking...
Was it a Francis Bacon?
No, Francis Bacon
it
was
a
a
name
king
like
or
that.
something.
It was a name like
No,
that.
I don't believe so.
It was a French painting.
We'll have to
Regardless,
check it out.
did
Doesn't
you
matter.
notice that same painting was in Clive Owen's office in Gemini Man on the wall behind him?
No, I didn't.
Clear as day.
Wow.
And I know that wasn't a mistake. Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah,
indeed.
it was right
that is
there.
bizarre. Why would they have that painting there? You know, that red strip coming out.
It was the weird face thing. Yeah, with the teeth. Yeah. I'll pull it up for you later, the picture I'm talking about.
All right. But anyway, it just really gets into the film obviously
Really
didn't take any shape, and Ridley just took this film over, and then went on to create Blade Runner. Fairly, that was what 82.
I think that was what his next film.
79. Yeah. He stayed in the sci-fi genre,
and it was him that came up with that awesome idea in the beginning to just. The first shot, just float around the empty ship with the camera, seeing all the different areas.
Nothing really happens.
It was so cool.
He was so worried about that the studio wasn't going to allow them to, to even film this because 45 minutes happens before anything even before the chest burster makes a scene here. So it's an incredible little, and it's very quick. It goes by fast. It's 90 minutes.
And this is a still from. They had this weird little Greek horror thing they cut to sometimes in the documentary, because they go into some mythology.
He looks like Louis Anderson here.
He does.
That show with Zach Galifianakis. Zach Galifianakis.
But H.R. Giger has such a unique.
Well, they didn't want to use him because he's so sexual.
He is, but he has such a unique mind.
He does.
It's unmistakable.
The man is.
Look at that. I mean, it's amazing.
Airbrushing is a big.
So good. And he was on set doing the stuff.
I know. He created. Well, he built that whole. The guy, the alien who's sitting in the rocket ship.
Yeah, the pilot
they originally
called. Yeah,
and that was life.
The space
size.
jockey they called it.
That was life size.
Yeah,
correct.
There's a shot of it here.
And there's a great little scene with Cartwright with
Veronica
Cartwright.
Yeah.
And she talks about that was life size.
It was. Yeah.
When we're walking through this cavern, this cave, that was like life size.
Humongous.
She said it was a whole studio in Pinewood.
Yeah.
That they created this vast thing. Today they'd never do that. They'd never waste the money.
Today it'd be all CGI.
It would all be CGI.
Right.
And rightly so. Yeah. There's no need to build all that.
Yeah.
But Ridley wanted it right. Every single computer. There's Ridley right over here, man of the hour.
Yeah.
Only won a Best Picture once, I believe, was for
Gladiator.
Just Gladiator. That was it, 2000.
Yeah.
We always forget that Joaquin is in that film and just
nominated for that.
One of the best performances.
Yeah.
He's the most evil guy.
He was great
in that film. Well, of course, Joaquin from last week's Joker, but but this is just wonderful.
It's such a cool little documentary. If you're a fan of Alien, I think you'll really get a kick out of this. It's interesting.
It is.
There is some new things here that I didn't realize or didn't know, and there's some things we all know, but it was really cool.
Such as fun.
Oh well, I didn't know the history of. When they went into the art background of how Giger was inspired and the paintings.
Well, not just that, of how the original comic book.
Well, that too.
It was like a comic book that came, that was...
an inspiration for Dan O'Bannon, right?
Right.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't know a lot. I know anything about Dan O'Bannon other than I knew his name, and I knew he was an established screenwriter, who unfortunately is now dead.
Died
his widow is in this interview. He died of I didn't know you could die of Crohn's disease. He died of Crohn's disease.
Yeah. I have a very dear friend.
Yeah, it's a very unpleasant
boyfriend has Crohn's disease.
But it's a great documentary.
It's
really
a magnificent
enjoy it.
film. Still stands up. 79.
It still holds up.
In fact, I believe this Sunday
it's coming out again in the theaters.
It's going to be in Garden State, and it's going to be
2 or 3 dates. Yeah.
Yeah, I know this Sunday.
Yeah, I'd like to go, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to.
Yeah.
But here's
it's just wonderful.
Some cool
it really
inspirations for them. Some of the locations.
Yeah,
the cast was great. And there was an interesting thing that I didn't realize was there was a woman who was one of the commentators in this documentary that talks about how this film was a subtle commentary on men being raped, and she was really going into there and I think reaching a little bit.
I pulled back when she came on.
I know. She was really diving into it.
She was really way
She was
off.
getting into the sexism angle.
I know.
And how this film was an allegory for all that.
Bullshit.
I don't need to go into that.
It's a movie. Let's not allegorize.
It's the same people that say that. Not to interrupt you. The same people that say that. Romero's Night of the Living Dead was an amazing commentary on the times of the Vietnam War and all this.
It was really
kind
about
of
the Titanic sinking.
Yeah, come on,
people
guys.
just go into these.
Can't he just make a horror movie?
These bizarre little analogies of what it's really.
Hey, but you know what though?
Oh, I've watched it with my third eye. I know what it's really about.
But I guess that's the beauty of film is that you get from what you want.
Yeah.
May not be right, but if that's what you take from it, if you enjoy it, whatever.
I wish they hadn't even put her in. She was a distraction for me.
I know, it wasn't a necessary element.
It wasn't necessary, and not to downplay the sexism that she obviously took from that.
Yes.
There is a sexism angle in Alien, however.
Yeah.
When what's his name? Ash.
Yes. They were talking about it. Yeah. And I could see that. I saw that.
Absolutely. Well, that's always occurred to me.
And that's how he was programmed as a character.
Well, true.
As a robot.
But he hates women. But
Yes.
it wasn't just that. When he goes to kill her, he goes that where, you know...
The newspaper.
He takes a rolled-up newspaper,
brutal.
almost in a cock analogy.
Yes, yes.
And just tries to deep throat her
It
with
does.
it. Like,
Brutal.
you're not going to kill somebody with that. I mean, with a newspaper rolled up. I mean, you know...
Well, he could suffocate them, I guess, or cause...
How is he going to get that into her mouth down? The whole thing was ridiculous. It didn't make any sense at all. But... it made sense in Ash's mind, so therefore I can see that sexual analogy in that specific moment of Ash's kind of thing where he disavows, where, you know, Ash, I'm head commander when what's his name, when
Tom Skerritt's
character, when, what was his
Dallas.
name? Dallas, when Dallas isn't on board. And you let him in, and you jeopardized all of us by doing that. Well, what was I supposed to do? You know,
his secret mission was he wanted the specimen.
Well, obviously so. He was the Paul Rutger guy. Paul what's his face from the second Aliens film. You remember Paul?
Oh, Paul Reiser.
Paul Reiser.
He was the company man. Yeah,
he was basically the company man.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So,
but let's move on. This is a great documentary.
It's
really
wonderful.
thought-provoking, really
great.
interesting.
It's awesome.
So now we're going to go stick to the horror area a little bit. This is a Netflix film that you might have seen on your queue. It's called In the Tall Grass.
By Stephen.
Written by Stephen King and his son.
Directed by Vincenzo
Natali. Who is a, I don't know what else
Italian
he did.
director.
Well, actually, he's born here, but obviously of the Italian heritage. But he did a good movie, a couple good things. He did that movie Spliced that we liked.
Oh, yes, yes, he did. No, I like
with
that
Adrian
film.
Brody.
Adrian Brody and the girl who...
Sarah Polly, was it?
Very possible. That was a great little film.
He did a cool little movie called Cube, which I liked years ago.
Oh, I remember.
And he directed on TV, like Westworld, The Strain. But this is a film that's...
I didn't know Aaron Paul was in Westworld, but he is.
He's in the new season.
Oh, was it the new season?
Apparently the new season... I never finished the second season. I should, because apparently the third season that's coming out is a reboot.
Oh, really?
It's a whole new thing. Which is weird. That's what I heard.
Why
I don't
are
know
they
if it's
doing
true.
that?
I don't know. But this is a film basically about a bunch of people that are getting stuck in this big field of tall grass.
This film, to me, was a nightmare.
Weird shit going on.
This was a nightmare.
It was very nightmarish.
A film to watch.
Yeah. Very dark.
It was. There were scenes that were almost in pitch black.
I hate those kind of things.
I like that too.
But
We just saw that recently. Also, there was another film.
Well, Game of Thrones was really dark. That one episode.
True. That's true. But there was something else I just recently saw that was also on Netflix that was pitch black.
I know.
I didn't see a damn
it's
thing.
Too much.
I mean, you're just sitting there going, "What?
Yeah.
What? Hello."
But this is a brother sister. They're traveling across country. They stop, in this one area because she feels sick. She's pregnant.
She stops, but she hears screams.
But when she stops, the reason they stop is to throw up.
Right.
And that's when she hears yelling from the woods, from the grass.
And she hears that little kid.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell.
Help me! So she wants to go and help.
So they all want to go help. But this film almost has a Groundhog's Day kind of essence to it.
Yeah, that was kind of odd.
We come back to the same scene. We're back right where they started.
Where you don't know
what
really happened, or is it imagination?
Somebody died, but no, they didn't die. The dog dies, but no, the dog's still alive.
Very strange.
Yeah, Patrick Wilson is our demon here.
He's kind of an evil guy, yeah.
I bet he loved playing that role,
Sure.
You know. By the way, Patrick Wilson is he goes on stage and he's one of the few singers that can do Freddie Mercury like perfectly.
Really?
Yeah, he does Queen.
I didn't know that.
He does a whole Queen set.
That's pretty cool.
With his band. Here's the little kid.
I didn't know he had a band.
He has a band and they play Queen songs.
That's pretty cool.
And he sings the Freddie part.
Pretty great.
That's amazing. It must be on YouTube. I gotta check it out. Yeah.
But yeah, this kid's a little creepy. You always got to have a creepy kid in these kind of movies.
Yeah, he's got that Stephen King kind of, the little boy.
He almost looks like a young Elijah Wood.
The Shining, almost a little bit.
Got the blue eyes.
Yeah, he does.
But yeah, this is kind of a weird movie, and there's this big, mystical rock in the middle of it.
Right.
That's, I guess,
like
got
an
some
alien
power.
kind of.
Because when they touch it, they suddenly get possessed and get powers, and they've totally become a different version.
Back to another place.
Weird.
Then they're able to escape. Then they're ready to come back, and it's a strange little film.
It's a little jarring and disjointed at times.
Very much so.
But nevertheless, I was into it.
I'll tell you, for me, there were moments that were so frustrating.
I know.
And just due to the claustrophobia of being stuck in this field,
and you can't get out.
You can't get out.
Yeah.
You cannot leave. So for me, I found it daunting, and I had to turn it off a few times. I didn't just sit and watch the whole thing from beginning to end. I just said, okay, enough of this now. I got enough of this.
Yeah, it's
I'll
not
come
for
back
everybody.
to it.
Yeah.
I'll come back to it. No, I did enjoy it. And the more I watched, I mean, it unfolds before you. But I got to say, by the end of the film, did anything really happen? I don't know.
I know. I don't know. Either.
You know.
It's one of those movies where, like, I hope it's not where all of it was in like a split second in their mind.
Well,
you've seen that before.
It almost feels like that's what it was.
No.
That the whole thing is a jarring piece of garbage that just was there to just, sometimes films are just done. A lot of people try and copy like a David Lynch and try and make weird for weird's sake.
I know they do.
And maybe there was a sense of that going on here in this Vincenzo's mind. I don't know. It almost seems like, Stevie Wonder did the editing on this film. Because we have so many disjointed scenes, we have so many different variations of what is going on. I really don't know. And at a certain point, then right as you are about to give up and just say, okay, enough of this, then suddenly they'd escape.
I know.
They'd get into the church, and they get away, and then suddenly they're back again. And so I got to say, I love this film as a piece of horror, as a piece of nightmarish horror.
It does have a nightmarish quality.
I thought it was great in that respect. But in the horror genre, I give it 3 stars. As a regular film, I give it more like 2.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably go along with that as well. I don't know if I would watch it again. I would recommend it, I guess, for horror people. If you like horror films, you can do a lot worse on Netflix.
Absolutely. And as long as you preface it with, if you like horror films, you're going to like this film. Yeah. I think you really will.
And it's cast well. I think the cast is good. I like this girl. I've never seen her before.
She's pregnant through the whole thing.
She almost reminds me of Rosario Dawson at times.
I don't know if it was Rosario.
A little bit. She reminds me of maybe Eva Mendes, somebody.
A little
There's
Eva Mendes.
A Hispanic tint to her.
Absolutely.
She might be half.
No question.
This guy reminded me of Rami Malek a little bit.
Okay.
Kind of
really?
pipsqueak version.
Not me.
In terms of appearance.
But I like the fact that she was pregnant, so there's a vulnerability.
That was an interesting element.
You're scared for her. Yeah. Is she going to give birth? And then she suddenly...
Oh, look. The Church of the Black Rock Redeemer. Interesting. I didn't notice that was the name of it. The big black rock is inside the...
Oh.
So maybe there's got to be a parallel there.
There you go.
Maybe the Black Rock makes you think about...
You just noticed that now?
Just now.
Oh.
Maybe when you go to the Black Rock, it makes you think of... Or when you go there, it makes you see what your life could be. It makes you second guess your choices. I don't know. It could go anywhere.
Well, that's what Patrick Wilson is touting through the whole film, is about choices.
Yeah.
Every choice you make. You're running. I'm telling you, go this way, go that way, go that way, and you go left. You made that choice to go left. So there is that little, you can halt back to Alien and reading the sexual energy out of an Alien film, but also out of life's choices that we make as human beings in this world, this planet.
I agree.
You can kind of make the field as an allegory to we as people and how we live our lives. So maybe that's our life, is being trapped in this field here. But the film is misleading, and
a little bit.
They're alive, they're dead, they're alive, then they're dead again, and they're alive again. So I don't know. It's not for everybody, but if you like horror,
if you're somebody that doesn't like movies with that kind of jumpingness and jarriness, if you find it hard to follow those kind of movies, you're not going to like this. Like, I would never tell my dad to watch this.
No,
he hates movies with flashbacks, flash forward, side story, all that kind of stuff.
I'm not fond of them either.
Yeah, I don't mind flashback as long as I can follow it.
What's his name's last war film, Dunkirk. Well, what a piece of junk that turned out to be.
See, that's a film that didn't need that.
And it ruined it.
Yeah,
with all
it
the
did.
flashbacks.
I mean, you didn't need that in that film.
And I love him.
Me too.
He's one of my favorites.
I just don't know why we needed that weird time change.
Flashback, flash forward. You don't know where the hell you are.
It was unnecessary.
I'll never forget my next door neighbor. Daryl, did you see Dunkirk? No, I haven't seen it yet, Bill. Well, don't go.
Yeah.
And then I came back the next day. I saw the film. I came back to Bill. Bill, you were right. It sucked. I hated it.
Yeah, I know.
2.5 hours of flash forward. Yeah, we had a great cast. Cillian Murphy, got all these great people in it.
Kenneth Branagh.
Well, once again, Tom Hardy's face is covered through the whole film, like he was in Bane and Dark Knight Rises. Yeah. But
we can move on. But I give it a recommendation.
I like the poster. I like that she's upside down.
It's cool.
That's how you feel
when
you're in this film.
I agree.
You can't quite grasp reality, and I like that.
And it's effective in that regard.
It is indeed.
Yeah.
It is indeed.
We're going to do with this one, In the Shadow of the Moon. It's also a new film on Netflix. It's a film that kind of plays with time in its own way.
It does.
It takes place, starts out in the 80s, and then it goes, 30, 40 years.
Well, it jumps every 8 years.
Every 8 years.
Every 8 years.
And then eventually we're in... Well, we do see flash forwards to 2044 at one point.
Oh, do we?
Yeah. When there's a big... It's hinted that there's a big terrorist attack on a building.
Oh, okay.
And so this film is basically, it starts out in the early 80s in Philly, and there's a cop played by Boyd Holbrook.
Yeah.
His partner is...
Where has he been? Where have we seen him before?
He's been a lot. He was in...
I know.
He was the bad guy in Logan.
Right.
He was
That's right.
He's been in a ton of stuff.
Wasn't he in that movie? He wasn't in that movie with Chris Pine. No. That was Clark. That was Guy Clark, of course. And I wasn't.
Are you talking about Hell or High Water?
Yeah.
That was what's his name? That was Ben Foster.
Oh, what's Ben Foster?
Yeah.
I do confuse him with...
I know a little bit. But this film is about his cop and his partner, and they start... basically, there's this scene where several people within this area of Philadelphia suddenly just die, and they just bleed out of all the orifices. And they're starting to figure out what's going on. There's 3 or 4 different cases.
I still don't know how that even happened.
There's 3 or 4 cases of this.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, they chase down a suspect who's this young black woman in a hoodie. And then they track her down to a subway station, and
she's killed.
She's killed. She falls into the tracks.
Falls into the
So they think it's over.
You think it's over.
And then 8 years later, we see that it happens again.
Yeah.
Different people are experiencing the same thing.
She's back.
She's back. And so this cop
here he is.
eventually...
Now he's turning into Nick Nolte before our eyes. He's turning into a crazed maniac.
And with every 8 years,
guy.
he becomes more and more obsessed with this case, believing that there's something supernatural going on.
Well, he knows she will be back.
Yeah. Well, once you realize it, that she's. So then we start to learn.
She's in a time loop.
There's a time loop involved.
She never ages.
Yeah.
And here she is, right here, and she's very well played by this actress. I thought she was.
Yeah.
good.
Well, she's not in a time loop. She's coming back from the future. She's
correct.
But
she died in the past, so how can she even have a future?
Well, no. Because her last trip was the first one. Her last.
Oh, okay.
That's how.
Oh, so she died there, but now she.
But all the other times
how did she
we
get
see
back
her.
again? How did she get back after she died?
She doesn't.
Don't ask too many questions.
Yeah,
is the key to this film.
We can't explain time travel stuff.
And also,
it made sense in my brain when I saw it.
I hated this film. I started out loving it. I love the opening. It's well shot.
Yeah, it's well done.
thought
I
out.
actually really like this film.
Did you? I didn't like it at all.
Michael C. Hall's in it from Dexter. He plays senior detective.
He's a nobody.
He's underused. I will agree.
He's worthless.
He's the character's brother-in-law.
Correct.
He is underutilized. I will agree 100%.
Yeah.
But regardless, I enjoyed it. I liked
didn't care
the obsession element. He's really trying to figure this out.
Yeah, but I'll tell you something.
I like the time travel element.
The film ended. I had no clue what happened. I had no clue how.
Well, I don't want to give it away. I'll tell you off air.
All right, but I just didn't even feel like it. Okay, it ends on a beach, and I just was like, oh, enough. Okay. I'd had it.
Well, what we start to learn without giving away too much is that there's kind of like a weapon, you could say, that's a chemical weapon that's being used in this film.
Okay.
To insert into the people that are having this bleed out.
Yeah.
But it is connected to a terrorist group that we learn about as the film goes on.
Oh, okay.
It's like a white supremacist group.
I didn't give a damn.
Yeah.
It's so contrived. It's so, and once again, we talk about flashbacks, flash forwards, flashback. If they had just made a film that for an hour and a half or hour and 45 minutes just pursued the element that was set up at the beginning of the film and did it in a real-time scenario like all movies are done, I think it would have been a great film.
But it wouldn't have worked given...
They tried to go a little further with the every 8 years. I think it ruined the film.
Well, there's also there's things that are revealed later on that wouldn't have made everything... It wouldn't have been able to be done the way you'd like it to be done.
Well, okay.
If it wasn't for the time travel.
I understand
because of who characters are.
I'm just saying
I know what
this
you're
film
saying.
would have worked better as a
straight narrative.
I thought the opening shot, the opening scenario,
great. It was very good.
Of 5 people bleeding out from this chemical warfare that is done by this young woman who is running. She's practically indestructible. She's running down the street. They can't get her. They can't catch her. She stands there right in front of 5 cop cars and they can't catch her. She just evades everybody. I like that. There's a little Terminator thing going on almost. I think the film would have just worked as a nice little hour and a half episode of a Black Mirror type, and the cops following them. We just saw it the other day in that horrible Henry Cavill film.
Night Hunter.
Night Hunter, which was another worthless.
It could have been so much better. I agree with you 100%.
And this could have been much better.
It could have been better. Yes, I still enjoyed it for what it was.
Okay, I didn't. I didn't care.
I enjoyed it. I liked my wife and I.
Okay.
We watched it separately, and we both kind of like. I'm surprised how much I enjoyed it because I didn't expect much from it.
Good enough.
I would recommend it.
It's a personal thing for me.
You don't want to recommend it, I'll recommend it.
I don't want to recommend it.
But again, I would say put this in front of other films to watch. But if you're looking for something to watch on Netflix, It's kind of cool. I enjoy it.
There's loads of good things on Netflix. You don't need.
There are, but I mean, it's a cool little movie. I enjoy it.
I'm going on with the series now. I'm starting to dig the series. I really am.
No, there's some great series.
After I watched Penny Dreadful, and now I'm watching a show which is kind of mindless and silly, but I like all the women in the show, so it's kind of fun. It's called Lost Girl. It's about the Fae. I don't know if you know. There's the dark Fae and the light Fae. And
I don't know.
But you know, it's the people are kind of appealing, and it's a cute scenario. It's the poor man's Penny Dreadful in a sense, but she's got powers and they've got powers and blah blah blah, and he's a werewolf. And anyway, so. But, you know, and there's loads of shows on there. And I also started watching that show with, what's his face, Skarsgård from from the It
Bill
film.
Skarsgård.
Yeah, that's right. And it's called Henny Dreadful. No, it's called, what the hell's the name of that? He's in a series that I started to watch.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which is actually okay.
Cool.
Yeah, you know, all these series on Netflix, you know, they put a lot of bucks into them.
Well, they spent a fortune on series.
Well,
a lot.
Yeah,
on movies and series.
Penny Dreadful, which
acquisitions.
Is the best, one of the best series I've ever seen. I really put it. I love it. I mean, I think it was a personal thing. I don't know if you're going to love it as much as I.
Yeah, well, because you're putting it up on this like Twin Peaks pedestal.
I am only because of Eva.
Yeah.
Eva and the scenario in this film, and you know, it's the Frankenstein, it's the myth.
It's all that stuff. It's all
cool. That stuff. Dorian Gray. I really love it. I love the world that it creates.
Well, we'll discuss it more in depth when I watch it. When I finish it.
I hope so.
Well, let's move on. Basically, just the end of the show now. I just want to touch on things that are now available for you to watch at home.
Okay.
Crawl is officially out, which you got to watch.
I saw it.
Oh, let's review it next week.
I saw it.
We didn't get a chance to review it.
Oh, okay.
This is out for you now. You'll know what it is. It's a gator movie in a hurricane.
Yeah, it's an alligator movie.
You know what you're getting.
Well, it's a hurricane and a flood.
In a flood. Well, yeah, exactly.
I just watched this.
Spielberg, we'll touch on that probably next week.
Yeah. Did you watch it yet?
I did not watch it yet.
Oh,
no,
gosh.
Because I started watching Penny Dreadful.
Dave Bautista. You know, and it was so bizarre, but I was watching Jimmy Kimmel one night, and he was on Kumanji, whatever the hell's his name. Yeah. Kumail Nanjiani. He was on the show, and he was talking about what a great guy David Bautista is.
Yeah.
And and the entire cast, he bought individual gifts for each person in the cast.
That's great.
The main cast.
That's awesome.
I'm not talking about all 2,000 people that worked on it, but the 40 people, the main crew, the gaffer, this guy, that guy.
Nice.
And he bought them all gifts. But he thought about each person's gift. What a great guy!
Like an end-of-shoot gift?
Like an end-of-shoot gift. And he bought this one girl, like she always wanted a green sweater. So he bought her the green sweater that she wanted. He bought everybody he thought.
Nice guy.
And so Kumail was talking about it on Jimmy Kimmel. This guy just blew everybody away.
What did he get?
He bought him some really nice thing. And he didn't buy anything for anybody. So, but now he feels bad because David made him look bad because David is such a sweetheart of a human being.
He seems like it. Yeah.
He really does.
He brings a real good warmth and heart to that Drax on the Guardians movies.
Absolutely. I love him. That's right. This film is not what I expected.
Cool. Yeah, well, I want to watch it.
I gotta say, I did not expect this film. It's a heavy-duty, violent cop film.
That, yeah.
Basically, entrapped in this uber comedy world, but it's quite an attractive little piece of work, and we shall review it.
We also have this that came out, 3 from Hell.
I've also seen
that just came out today.
Yeah.
Blu-ray, DVD, all that bullshit. And then we have.
And we have to mention that that's a Rob Zombie film.
It is a Rob Zombie film.
Rob Zombie did House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects.
Yes.
And
this is the third movie in that trilogy.
Film, starring his wife. And it also starred the late Sid Haig,
who just died a couple weeks ago.
We did a little memorial for him 2 weeks ago. And if you didn't catch it, check it out because it's on YouTube. And
nice chat.
Just a sweet human being that he was.
We also have Night Hunter, which you mentioned a few minutes ago. That just officially came out on Blu-ray.
Every one of the films we've got coming up soon.
And that's another poster for it there.
The wonderful, beautiful.
And then the Omen Collection Deluxe Edition box set, for those that might like that, just came out on Blu-ray.
That's obviously the old.
The original film.
Gregory Peck, Lee Remick.
Yeah.
And there was, of course, the Julia Stiles.
Not that version.
Goldman.
This is just the originals. Yeah.
Okay.
And then now coming out this week.
Yeah, I did see this today. I was at.
I saw it for sale.
I saw it for sale at.
And then we have a pretty interesting week for things coming out. A lot of good stuff come out in theaters this week.
Okay.
Some limited release, not all wide.
Tell us about it, Chris.
We have Zombieland Double Tap.
Yeah.
Finally.
Okay.
We have
Yeah, and
Jay's,
Amber, what's her name was in that?
the same girl, the whole cast, Abigail Breslin.
Abigail Breslin, yeah.
Jay and Silent Bob
kind of
reboot.
went a little nuts, you know.
I don't know anything about it.
She had a big falling out with her own mind.
Really?
Yeah, big time.
I didn't know that.
This was like 2-3 years ago.
Abigail Breslin. Huh?
Abigail Breslin, she totally lost it. Was in a rehab home.
Oh, you know what? I remember that.
Yeah, it was a big deal.
That's
but
right.
she was on the. She was
Oh,
on.
she got through it.
The whole cast came on Kimmel the other night. Actually, it was on a Guillermo show.
Fun.
Well, Guillermo was mentioned on Jeopardy.
Oh, okay.
Like who is Jimmy Kimmel's he's the sidekick
Yeah.
on Jimmy. Oh, who is Guillermo? So Jimmy shows the clip from Jeopardy. So he says, Guillermo, where are you? And then suddenly we see Guillermo, and he's sitting at a desk at that Guillermo show.
That's fun.
Like because of his celebrity from the Jeopardy question, now he's got his own show. So the cast comes out on his show.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was great. I really loved it. He had little Guillermo cups.
That's cool.
You know, the little late night Guillermo cup.
That's great.
It was funny as hell. I love Guillermo though. He's a very funny little guy.
Yeah.
And Jimmy's going back to Brooklyn, I believe.
Soon. He
next
does that every
week.
year, right?
Every year he goes back.
So with this, we have Silent Bob's reboot, which looks like fun.
I can't stand the whole world.
It's gonna have
makes me ill. Makes me.
Well, it's not for everybody. It's gonna have a huge cast of characters.
I just don't like. I love Jason.
Mewes.
But
he just directed a film recently that's coming out.
Yeah. Well, he's directed a couple of films.
Yeah.
I've seen some other films by him, and he's been in other films also, and he's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, I like Kevin Smith. I'm not a diehard, follow every movie in his world. But I've seen them all, and I enjoy them for what they are.
I liked Clerks
Mallrats
back in
is
the
still my
day,
favorite.
but I loved, what was the film with Alanis Morissette? Dogma.
Oh, that was good.
I love Dogma.
I
thought that was a good film.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
That was cool.
What's his name? Chris Rock.
No, you got a huge
film.
cast. Matt Damon's in there. Alan
everybody's
Rickman.
in it. I really liked that film, but generally speaking, and then he did the movie Red.
Red State was good.
Red State.
And then he did Tusk.
With Michael Paré is in that film.
You mean Michael? Michael Parks.
Was it Michael Parks?
He's
correct.
dead.
You're
Michael
correct.
Paré is a totally different guy.
Yeah, he is. That's right. Michael Parks. You're correct.
Yeah.
And he's this great performer.
Awesome. He's like this conservative cult guy.
He's like a cult leader. He's like a Jim Jones kind of a thing. But I mean, Kevin's hit or miss for me. But I did like Tusk.
Tusk was awesome.
I thought.
Check out Kevin Smith's Tusk. It's unlike anything you've ever seen.
Bizarre. I'm gonna have to show that movie to
You should watch
my
it,
friend Eric because he will freak out.
Yeah.
On that. A really uncomfortable film to watch.
Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah.
Next is a film that I want to see more than all the films that was coming out this week.
And it is.
It is The Lighthouse. I can't wait.
Oh, okay.
Black and white.
This looked interesting.
It's got Willem Dafoe, Robert Pattinson.
There you go.
Two men going crazy in the lighthouse. From the director of The Witch, very talented filmmaker.
Okay. Is it in fact a horror film?
I think it's a psychological horror. I don't think it's like horror, but it's supposedly amazing acting.
We just saw a film recently, at least I did, and I forgot, and the girl who's in it, famous, don't you remember, it's two guys stuck in a lighthouse, and this woman comes, and she's like this little nymph kind of person. Do you remember this film? And it's all at this...
I didn't see anything in a lighthouse. We talked about a film a few weeks ago where it's at a cabin.
No.
That's a different movie.
No, this was maybe a year ago.
Yeah, I don't think I saw that one. I think you saw it on your own.
It was unique, though. Oh, God. I loved it. But I believe it was a Swedish film or something. It was right around the same time that we saw...
Oh, it was a mermaid movie. You told me about it. Yeah, it's a Swedish film.
It wasn't a mermaid movie.
Was it a mermaid in that film? You told me there was a mermaid
that's
movie.
called Lure. The Lure.
Oh, okay.
That's a very strange other film. That's a Criterion film. That's all something different.
Oh, okay.
No, these are two guys, and they're stuck in a lighthouse. It's but it is like a cabin, and every night these creatures come out of the water and try and kill them. And they've got to fend them off.
Okay.
And oh my God, it was frightening.
Sounds kind of cool.
And one of the girls, who's one of the creatures, she's different, and she befriends one of them, and there's like these strange, and she's this funky looking creature, and she's having sex with this guy, and he wakes up, and there she is on him, and but it was such a unique little film. Gosh, I hope I could remember the title of that.
Sounds good.
It was great.
But this looks great. I really can't wait to see it.
Let me just blow you off and move on.
Well,
go ahead. Yeah, really. What can I say?
And this looks fun. Jojo Rabbit. It's a bizarre Nazi-era satire on...
Sam here.
Yeah, it's a satire on Hitler Youth.
Right.
And it's directed and written by the amazing director Taika Waititi, who did Thor Ragnarok.
I love him.
He plays Hitler here. He plays Jojo Rabbit, which is like this kid's invisible friend. Fascinating, crazy little movie. It looks nuts.
Yeah.
You got Scarlett.
I know.
You got
Sam.
Stephen Merchant.
Stephen Merchant.
Sam Rockwell.
I'll see anything with Stephen Merchant.
You got, what's her name?
What's her name?
We just saw her in The Hustle.
She's in everything.
Yeah. Rebel Wilson.
Rebel Wilson. Of
Yeah,
course.
looks like
She's in
fun.
all the punch.
And then we have Maleficent, as
Okay.
you mentioned before,
Right.
Mistress of Evil.
Yeah.
And I think that's everything that's coming out
That's
this
it.
week.
Well, Michelle Pfeiffer's in it.
She's in it too, yeah.
But there's the lovely little Dakota Fanning who is just.
You mean the other one, not Dakota?
Oh, it's Elle Fanning.
Elle Fanning.
Correct. You're right.
Yeah.
Elle Fanning, and I loved her in that that film where she sings every song.
Teen Spirit. That
Teen
was good.
Spirit. That was a great little.
I enjoyed
movie.
that film.
I did too.
Yeah, very good.
Great fun.
And Neon Demon was good with her. Was a
Neon
Nicholas
Demon
Winding
was
Refn
she's a
film.
model. Yeah, that was a scary little.
It was good.
Kind of a
Did you
nightmarish
see Nicholas
film.
Winding Refn is now going to be doing a HBO series, which is based on the movies The Maniac Cop.
Who is?
Nicholas Winding Refn, the director of Neon Demon. He did Drive, Valhalla Rising.
He's doing a Maniac Cop
TV show reimagining of it for HBO. That could be interesting.
Well, it better be better because the original
Those movies
film,
they're schlocky movies.
they were horrible.
Yeah, but this he said he's always loved those movies, and he's going to reimagine it. Could be
Yeah, I
interesting.
forgot the guy that's
He's
in
a good
it, but
filmmaker.
He was a horrible actor.
That was Robert Zadar. He's dead.
Oh, is he?
He was in Tango and Cash. He lots of movies.
Oh, was he? Okay. Yeah, he was on a lot
Big
of films.
chin. He looks like a moon.
He looked like somebody from The Sopranos. He had
Little
a
bit,
soprano
yeah.
kind of look to him.
But that's our show, guys.
All right,
We'll catch you next week with more
Catch you
stuff.
next week.
With reviews of most likely Zombieland and other things.
Well, what will we have? I will see Maleficent. Is this at the theaters?
These are all opening, but some of them are limited. I'm thinking this is probably limited.
This I'd like to see.
This is probably limited.
Yeah, I definitely will
Even
see
this
it.
is a little limited right now,
I
I'm
would
pretty
think
sure.
so too.
But
Yeah.
Zombieland's definitely wide, and that's
Maleficent
wide.
we know. And Maleficent is already scheduled to beat out Joker.
I didn't even see the first one.
Box. I did.
Yeah.
I have
I
it.
didn't
I'll let
see
you
it.
borrow it if you like.
I'm not dying to see it.
It's great fun.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's stunningly beautiful.
I'm sure.
Stunningly
Yeah.
gorgeous. No, it's a good little film.
Cool.
It's quite enjoyable.
I give it a shot.
It's a fairy tale movie.
It is.
You know,
You know what
Snow
it
White
is.
is all it is.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's our show. We'll be back next week with more stuff. You got something else to say?
No, I guess that's it.
Well, it's been over an hour. You know,
It has. We look very dark on
It's just what happens with
when the screen gets light.
certain things. Yeah.
So,
But yeah, we'll be back next week, and that's all we can say.
yeah,
Adios.
that is all we can say.
Adios.
So there you adios, MFs.
MFs.
Be good, everybody.
See you later.
Take care.
Chloe, where are you?
Road. Yeah, where we going now? Yeah, Mr. Man,